What? Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about meat and dairy companies to surpass oil industry as world's biggest polluters report finds. This is going to be interesting, y'all. Meat and dairy companies are pretty much the world's biggest polluters. And a lot of that has to do with factory farming. So it says, this is on the Independent, and please share this video if this topic interests you. So it says, there's no other choice. Meat and dairy production in the countries where the top 35 companies dominate must be significantly reduced. Let me read that again. It says, there's no other choice. Meat and dairy production in the countries where the top 35 companies dominate must be significantly reduced. So it says, meat and dairy companies are on track to be the world's biggest contributors to climate change, outpacing even the fossil fuel industry, according to new report. To arrive at this conclusion, non-profit organizations, the Institute for Agriculture and Trade Policy and Grain, conducted an analysis of the planet's 35 largest meat and dairy companies. It says, they found that broadly speaking, the companies were being secretive about their emissions data, and few had set hard targets intended to deal with the pollution. If these industries continue down the current path, the authors of this report warned that the livestock sector could be responsible for 80% of the allowable greenhouse gas budget by 2050. That's a lot of pollution, y'all. And so there's no other choice. Meat and dairy production in the countries where the top 35 companies dominated must be significantly reduced. It says these corporations are pushing for trade agreements that will increase exports and emissions, and they are undermining real climate solutions like agroecology. That's a new word. Agroecology that benefit farmers, workers, and consumers. When taken together, the world's top 5 meat and dairy corporations are already responsible for more emissions than ExxonMobil, Shell, and BP. That's cray-cray. So it says, meat and dairy consumption is concentrated in a small number of countries, and the top livestock companies mirror this trend. China, the US, the EU, Canada, Brazil, and Argentina, Australia, New Zealand are all collectively responsible for over 60% of the global meat and dairy emissions. So that's the 7 top countries are responsible for 60% of the global emissions, despite this portion counting for up to 90% of total emissions. The report adds to a growing body of evidence for the harm meat and dairy consumption can cause to the planet. That's why there's so many nuts and seed milks. That's why there's so many vegan options. That's why there's so many soy plant-based options to hinder this pollution with factory farming, with meat and dairy. And the only way you can combat that is with your actions, with your dollar, and to choose other alternatives. It says, a paper published in the Journal of Science in June found that if everyone stopped eating meat and dairy products, global farmland use could be reduced by 3/4. This led the study's lead author to describe a vegan diet as the single best way to reduce impact on planet Earth. It says the authors of the new report said the analysis was evidence of the far-reaching impact of the livestock industry and that the need for a new food system that meet the needs of farmers, consumers, and the planet. It says, it's time we realized overconsumption is directly linked to the subsidies we provide the industry to continue deforesting, depleting our natural resources, and creating a major public health hazard through antibiotic overuse. Very interesting, right? Very, very interesting. I know that they have these new lab created meats. I don't know how healthy that's going to be. I don't know how cheap that's going to be. I don't know how similar that's going to be to meat. You know, if you go to your grocery store, you'll see the milk section the landscape and the real estate, that the milk section is getting smaller and smaller, and now they have nut milks, seed milks. And I came across an article, I didn't read it in full, a couple days ago, that Donald Trump is favoring a new bill where these companies can't use the term milk. And so that's very, very interesting. So much going on with factory farming, so much going on with the awareness of what people should eat, want to eat, what's best for the economy, what's best for the world, you know what I'm saying, for pollution. When you think of all these factory farmings and all of these cows and all of the waste and pollution with babufas or farts, and then cows have to create the milk, all the real estate that takes, and you know, a lot of opinions say, how healthy is that type of stuff versus a plant-based diet? So I just wanted to share that with you all. Very, very interesting. Let me know in the comment section below if this doesn't bother you, if you believe in global warming, or do you just think it's, you know, just a conspiracy. Let me know in the comment section, and let me know if you like these videos. Keep it raw, stay rad.